wherever you are. This is take two. I was on another system and it does not seem to have been working. So I just had the most incredible time introducing our beautiful platform, and for some reason it was not even streaming. So welcome once again. I'm Arthie Moore, your host for today. I'm on IBGR Profit Radio Network, the place where everything a business owner needs to start, grow, or exit a business, and we welcome you to join us. Now, what's exciting about where we're heading right now is that we are looking at how we can add value to you. Welcome to season three, where we're talking about intentional focus, powerfully impacting your workday. Now, what I would love to do is talk into, before I begin that actually, no, before I begin that, I want to say well done to our team. Last week we had the most incredible time, the most incredible impact. And what we found is that people have been excited and they've been amazing in the way that they've been tuning into each other. So when I look at the way our Profit Radio network has come together, I see that we are actually in the moment expanding in so many different ways, over 133 countries right now, and it's a privilege to be here. And I know that today we're going to be talking about how we can intentionally focus so that we can create powerful impact in our business. So when I look at our notes and the things that I want to talk into, there's so many different areas that comes to mind when it comes to intentionality or when we're talking about intentionality. But before I do that, we would love to hear from you in real time during the show. So if you're listening live or to one of the recordings, you can always connect and interact with us on social media, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, even on Instagram. I mean, just look for us, ibgr.network, and you're going to find us. Today's episode is going to be about how we can focus intentionally and how that actually powerfully impacts your workday. We're talking about people skills for success. And if you want to find out more about our different hosts in our different areas, go to www.ibgr.network. Now, on our website, there's incredible show notes that you can actually download. So if you're listening for the first time, welcome. And if you are a returning listener, welcome back. So by the time our time together is over today, I would love to actually add value to where you're at as a business owner. I'd love for you to know where, when, and how to network, build relationships, and be more effective with your time. And that's why I thought today's topic about intentional focus and how it powerfully impacts your business and your workday is such an imperative topic to talk into. And I know that, people don't want to be idle or inefficient at work. They want to be productive. They want to have rewarding jobs where they feel like they are making a difference. And that is something that Mark Elwood, president of Pace Productivity, a company based in Toronto, said when he was asked about, talking about the studies on how employees spend their time. I mean, what is the imperative? What do they want to do? So the question is, how do you, the business owner, ensure that your workers are productive? How do you ensure that people are actually engaged and they're efficient and they feel like they're in an environment that is conducive to their growth? Where do you place your focus in leading your people so that they have positive outcomes with their performance? Now, there's so many areas to delve into this, and I'm excited because I've put together so many different notes and ideas and tools that we can think into and look at, and know that by the end of this talk today or my show, you will walk away with some really incredible practical skills that adds value to you as a person. Now, as a business owner, I know that, one thing that takes away from the productivity of many organizations and individuals is that a lot of time and resource is wasted. So when we look at it, I mean, how do we waste time and resources? I mean, that's easy. One of the areas is that we're always looking at streamlining our environment. We're always looking at how we can grow and interact with people better. We're always looking at where people are falling down, but where do we upskill them to the best of their ability to do their work with within a limited time possible? Why do we actually give them so much time in a workday? Even yourself, how much of that workday are you productive, and how much do you do work that you should not be doing? It's not prioritized, and when you look at it, it is a waste of time. So I'm looking at all of these different aspects of business, and even as a business owner for myself, I've realized that the greatest strategy I ever put into place was the ability to create lists and prioritize every single day what I wanted to do. In fact, I decided one of the areas that really makes sense to me is that the day before or the night before, I only spend 5 minutes and I write down all of the things that need to be done, and I create an urgent list. So I will write down everything without thinking. I just take a piece of paper and write all the stuff I would like to do for the day. Then I go back and I mark off the ones that's the most urgent in the morning. What would make my business more efficient? So if I was very, very clear about which calls I needed to make urgently and what I could do later in the day. And so I started to prioritize and looked at how I can become productive with my time by prioritizing the areas of importance of phone calls, the meetings, the amount of time I spent looking at emails, and also responding in terms of immediate response for proposals and for urgent responses that people demanded immediately that would allow them to see me as more professional. What I've realized is that when I get a call from any client or any prospective client, I made myself a pact. I intentionally made myself a pact. And I made a decision that any time I received a query, within seconds of receiving it, I would immediately call. And if I cannot get through to the person personally on a call, I would email them and ask for a meeting. Now, the intention there is that people feel like I prioritize them and I make them feel as if their call or talking to them was important. And in the business, I know that relationship building is an imperative. But how do we do that in a way where we make people feel included? How do we use our time effectively so that people can feel, whoa, I'm not just another number. They're not going to get back to me later in the day when it's convenient or even in 2 days' time. I mean, the best business and the most productive and successful businesses put people first within minutes. Now, if you can do that, think about your own people in your organization, your employees. Do they have that same work ethic? Because if you are looking at it from a different point of view, do you expect them to be as influential as you? Or is there an expectation to do business the way you expect them to do it without having the same skills that you do? So, I mean, there's so many ways to look at it. And I just find that there are times when we can get lost as business owners in unnecessary phone conversations and non-work related things. I mean, even if you're on the road, there are a lot of people, and I know some people would understand this. You have this craving for something, and you would stop. You'd stop and make a purchase, but while you're at it, you will have conversations with the people around you because maybe you're a social butterfly and you love people, or maybe you're at that point where you realize, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll get around to my stuff at the end of the day. You see, in order to be productive on your workday, you've got to be intentional. And the amount of focus you put on that is crucial because that is some of the things that you look at as time wasting. I mean, engaging in personal emails, in conversations on the phone with people, that's unnecessary. Responding to WhatsApps throughout the day, checking up on your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn. In fact, this is a great one to actually talk into is I connected with an incredible speaker via LinkedIn. Now, I listened to his talk, and he's an MD of an aerospace company in Scotland. And when I connected with him, I wanted to know specifically what I could learn from him so that I could develop myself, and he responded. But I could never understand why his responses were at midnight, between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning. And I would answer him during the day, and I would only get responses from him later. And I found out, and I asked him the question, why do you do that? And he said very simply, it's because that is my non-productive time. My time during the day is absolutely crucial. And so what I'm going to do when I come back, I'm going to take a quick 2 to 3 minute break. When I come back, love to talk more into this amazing subject, and I'm looking forward to delving into it again with you. I will connect with you soon. Bye bye.